Oh, hello, hello, hello. You had the three hellos. Hello there, Governor. How are you?
Very well indeed, Mr. Referee. What's going on
Oh, well,
over your side of the water?
after our 4th of July, I've been a little bit under the weather, a little bit groggy. So if I start sounding like Pops, it's because I'm a
Oh,
bit brothers. Yeah, so
it's not because you're some sort of merry queen.
okay, no. So yeah, it's allergies right now in Texas, so that's a horror dust, maybe. It's just
Oh, yeah.
knocking me for six. But hey, you
Good
enjoying?
job your brother's not there then, isn't it? He'd be chewing all over the place.
He sneezes a lot, my brother, and it'll probably like 15, 20 times at a go.
Hmm.
So it's a bit excessive. But anyway, look, congratulations to you on England in the football. I just wanted to say that as an Englishman
Oh,
you are.
it's very
So
kind of you. It's a big step we've taken as a country, always in the semi-finals, and 55 years we're finally in the final. Just those Italian fellas to beat next.
oh, the
Uh, Can't
Missouri.
wait for Sunday night.
Is it Sunday? I thought it was Saturday. Sunday.
I wish it was Saturday. You could have a few beers in there. But Sunday night, 8 o'clock, so it's even late for the kids, But
Ooh, flipping heck.
fuck it,
And
you're right.
yeah, I'm on this group on Facebook, Brits in Texas, and they're all posting. But they keep saying Saturday. That's what threw me. So
Go on,
obviously,
a website called Pricks in Texas.
no, Brits in Texas.
Oh, Pricks.
Yes.
Sorry,
I'm not.
excuse me.
I'm not.
Oh,
Oh, I
sorry.
remember that. Maybe
Is
they
it
should
you're full
be.
of cold? It come out differently.
Oh,
Glad
yeah.
we clarified that.
So yeah, it's just a load of Brits. There's a couple of West Welsh and Scots on there that are bitter. No, we're all supportive, so it's good. But there's been loads of postings, obviously, about the football. I've been keeping an eye on it, and yeah, I thought it was
It's been
Saturday.
exciting. So
Yeah, I should imagine there's a good atmosphere in England right now. I remember when I lived there, you used to get
it's
that.
coming home.
If
Even
you're
my
the
little girl, 3 years old, has been singing that song. Three lines on a shirt.
yeah, who was it? Bedeel and Skinner, wasn't it? And
Yeah,
the
they were
light.
there. They've been there the last two games in the crowd.
Oh, they have.
Singing
Oh,
along to it. It's been brilliant.
oh, that's fantastic. Oh, I didn't watch it, but I might watch Sunday. I thought it was on Saturday for some reason, so I'll tune in on Sunday and lend my support because my dad's English, as you know. So
The better half, yes, yes.
anyway, you got some news this week, or oh, shoot, I'm all out of sync. I forgot the segment. Hang on now, hang on. What's going on now? Look, I apologize because
It's shambolic at best.
beer news for you. Because we didn't do a full on one last week, did we? We just did a 4th of July special.
Yeah, we didn't. We had a lot of things in our working lives. We couldn't meet up last week. So the 4th of July, was what a hoot that was.
There's a
But
laugh.
God damn, I was out for the rest of the evening lassoing things in my garden. But no,
Yeah.
it was a bit of fun, maybe slightly racist, which leads me
Oh,
into this week's beer news. And folks, we're taking a turn here. Usually, our beer news is some sort of charity thing or some sort of environmental thing or good causes. Well, this is going against it.
oh goodness.
I only have a brief description of it, but this is the world we live in. Unfortunately, there's a yin and yang, and there's a good and bad. And unfortunately, a Polish brewery have raised quite a few eyebrows in Europe and ruffled quite a few feathers by introducing a beer called White IPA Matters.
Oh, so it's contrary to the Black is Beautiful one that Weathered Souls do in a way.
Yeah, and the Black Lives Matter. It's as
Wow.
we know, there's quite a rich racism in sort of northern Eastern Bloc
Yeah,
states of Europe, bordering onto Russia. Not everyone in those countries is it, but it's still a
it's a big issue
big
there.
thing over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know.
as it is here, as you well know, it's a big thing in the USA as well.
Yeah, but do you get companies releasing sort of things deliberately against, you know?
No, you're right. I haven't seen. Yeah, I haven't
So
seen that.
I won't be tasting that beer because it's obviously a piss take and obviously a bit of a
Boycott it.
yeah.
That's just awful. Boycott it. Oh my goodness. What was their mentality? It just seems stupid.
Just racist, isn't it? It's just racist, I think. You know,
Yeah.
I've seen all sorts against that type of movement, and also, you get that minority in any country, and we do a thing where we review different beers and we rate beers and things like that. But I wouldn't dream of doing that against people.
No,
When it
no,
comes to people, I don't see color. Just
don't.
just see the person. So
Yeah, you don't think that way. And hopefully, there's a big boycott of these bastards,
yeah,
and that's sad to hear.
I wish them stale beer to that brewery. So
I wish
that's
them
a
all
bit
the
of,
dregs.
oh, not even worth the dregs, are
Not
they?
even worth the
Not
dregs.
with shit amongst you, I tell you. So
Oh,
yeah, that's
okay. So
a bit of a sour news at the start there. So let's move on. Let's get to
yeah,
beer. We've never done
absolutely.
this for a couple of weeks.
No, let's get sapping on a
So what
beer.
have you got over there then, Ref?
Okay, so you probably saw I posted a beer this week from Pint House Pizza in Austin, which is a brew pub and a pizza location.
I
So
love that. I love that skull and crossbones
wasn't it
motif. Oh,
flipping brilliant. So I actually was there on Friday and I picked up the electric jellyfish, which you DrayBarrel saw I posted. I
big
picked up
favourite of yours, isn't it? You and
the coach,
the coach and the boys
Steve,
over there.
Steve knows.
Love
Yeah,
a bit of jellyfish.
it's good. It's good. You one of these days you'll have one with me, Governor. But it's I wanted to try something a little different. And as I was there, so this is called a crowler. So they actually pour it. They got a can in, cans there. So they fill up your can
Oh,
from the tap and
beautiful.
put the little lid on. You can probably see it's like a cap lid that fits on.
Oh yeah.
So and this one's called Training Binds, and it's a 7% American style IPA.
So with that can, then that can is a standard format for the brewery, but they just write whatever beer they pour into it on the side. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So they kind of scroll it on the side what it is, and it's faded a bit. I've had it in the fridge for just under a week,
So
and
just I can't read that. Just say what it's called again.
so it's called Training Binds, BINES,
Oh,
Training Binds,
okay, cool.
and they kind of scored 7%. But yeah, a lot of these breweries do this now. I don't know if they do that over there in the UK, but they actually have their cans ready to go, and you can go in and say, "Look, I want a crowler of this, I want a crowler of that," and
Oh,
then they just
I
fill it
don't
up from the
know.
tap.
I mean, you can take beer, you can take stuff home, like go home with a takeout,
Yeah,
and places have done it in cartons and things, but I've not. Oh,
sorry,
I mean,
I don't have any finger, so I can't open the.
that's from
I mean,
scratching all those. That's from scratching the cold face.
can you see the black dust from the coal dust under there? So I'm using my Texas driving license.
Clawing his way under a shaft. Oh my god! Don't break that.
I know I've been in trouble.
Looking for a vein of black gold.
It's in my genes. Hey, it's in my
Okay,
genes.
let's not spoil this. Here we go.
So I don't know.
Love that big fat can, I must say.
Isn't it great? I like it. And actually, I've been to other places and got crowlers, and I've never had. They do thicker sized ones. Reminds me, the Foster's ones they do, the big
Yeah.
ones.
And I was in a place today where they do that interesting beer that I've only seen, Fax, and it's a great tub of beer. Pretty similar to that, maybe a little bit bigger actually.
Oh, okay.
But that
Facts.
is a proper pint, isn't it?
Well, yeah, there's more in there. It's probably half. It's a pint and a half. 750 milliliters.
Hold it up then. Let's have a good look at that pint.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're right there.
You've done well there. It's a lovely looking drink.
It looks pretty. It's not. It's kind of hazy. They say it's. I got some info actually on the. Let me see on the bit. Let me just have a smell first. It's meant to be florally and fruity. Can't get any scent from that. Oh wow, that's definitely citrusy. It has some kind of, like lemons or grapefruit. Huh?
Or pears.
Pears. Yeah, that's a good citrus, isn't it? But they say it's IPA's traditional bitterness flavor, fruit, citrus, pine, and floral notes. That's what they label it as. Obviously, you buy in a can like this, you're not really going to get the info, the gamut that you would on if you bought in the shop. I actually don't know if they sell this in the shops. It might be just one they have on tap.
That's such a cool thing, though. Such a cool can.
Hey,
I love that.
Anyway, like we always say, look, I'm poured mine, you pour yours, because
I've found, or been gifted to me rather, an interesting beer, an American beer. I don't know much about it. It's a bit of a mystery to me. I found out as much as I can. So it's a single can. It was given to me, and that's it there.
Oh, what's that?
A big red can. It's not as fat as yours. It's called Duff Beer, and it just says the legendary beer. So,
okay.
I'm gathering it's a lager because it says like lager beer hell at the bottom.
So
that could be interesting. And
beer
then
hell. Okay.
Hang on a second.
Isn't it? Beer hell.
Oh, see, I'm a bit dubious about it myself. But it's a 4.9%. So, like I said, I ain't got much on it, but it's American.
How did that get over there?
And the place is unusual. We get to that in a bit. Anyway, so I've got my standard glass, like a tavern glass, and that comes a bit later. As we like to say, the old post banger, he's back in business. So let's have a. It's a lagery smell.
Okay. That. Kind of European skunky kind of vibe to it, or not quite as strong as the European lagers?
No, it's not strong like that. No. It's like the piss water American dive bar ones, I should think. That's what I'm getting over here. Now, my camera, I haven't got the light on and I can't be bothered to move, but oh, look at that. Imagine if it was that big.
You could look at the reflection. I can see my head in that.
Yeah, let's have a look. Oh, what? You're in the beer. So, yes, it's that perfect sort of, let me hold it up to the light over here. It's that lovely urine yellow.
Oh.
You know, when you haven't drunk enough water one morning and you go for a piss at lunch, it's like that colour.
Like a bright yellow, really.
Like you've scooped it out the urinals at Glastonbury, something like that. So that's the colour of it. So come on.
It's not golden, it's yellow. Don't call it golden.
It's not golden. It's
a golden gaze. I know what that's like.
Weird. I took it out of the fridge, but it's still warm. Anyway, so let's get, I'm already putting it down. Let's see what it tastes like.
Yeah, no, give it a go.
Hardly, it's just a beery, lagery smell. Nothing special about it.
No,
it's okay. We'll see how we go. Maybe I can understand why they sell it in 1 cans.
So it's just 1 can. Do you know it's so?
Well, I tell you what happened. My cousin come down, and she's older than me. She's like just turned 60, so she's like 18 years older, and she's always loved her beer. I ain't seen her for about, I don't know, 6 years, something like that, and 5 or 6 years, because she lives up not far from Jez. Actually, she lives up near Sheffield.
Sheffield.
Yeah, about 20 miles out of Sheffield. And
Oh, we went there once, didn't we? You were visiting, and me and the Dutch hung out in Sheffield.
That's
And then,
right. Yeah, funny. I was talking about that and our adventures that night with them at this weekend. So it was her and her husband come down, not her boys. Her boys are in their 20s now. And anyway, so it was, yeah, we had a good time. But she knows that we're doing these beer reviews and things, and she's bought me a lovely bunch of beers, 2 each. I've got 6 different beers, 2 each from a local brewery to her. I'm holding back. I'm going to review that properly. I didn't have time this week.
okay, yeah.
Including a Christmas ale, which was nice. I'll be putting that one back for Christmas.
Keep it, yeah.
It's a local Sheffield brewery, that one. So watch out for that in the future. But she also come down with a couple of odd cans, and this Duff one was in it.
Wow.
She saw it and grabbed it. So
it's obviously not from Sheffield.
I think it might be some sort of gimmick thing, but
oh, maybe. But it's fascinating how it's got.
Well, like we've said over here, we've got shops over here, like I've mentioned before, and these things like Home Bargains, another one called B&M. They have regular beers, and some of them I've reviewed on here. Some of them, like I remember the E1 Brewing Company, the boys in London, lovely bitter I had from them, and a pills. Found that in there, and in one of these shops, and I'm guessing that's the type of thing that she's seen this in a shop somewhere and grabbed it. But then probably maybe next month it won't be there, and something else will be in its place. So get a lot of beers turning over like that.
Yeah,
I'm guessing that's where that's from, but it's from America. You know, if I can, like I said, there's not much on it. Now this is where it gets confusing, because it's from a place called Springfield, which if you type Springfield into America, there's about 1,000 of them. So then I tried to research it a bit further, and someone said Oregon, and then another person called Mr. Flanders said that it is a state which borders Nevada, Maine, and Ohio. So I'm not stupid. I know that Nevada and Maine aren't near each other. So I did have a quick look at the states, and I think that guy Flanders might be having a joke, because so I'm not sure what state it's in, but I know that the town, this is where it gets so weird. There's like a nuclear facility nearby. So maybe it's one of these, you know, like in there's a place in Australia which not many people know about, and that's called Spring something. And America have bought, it's American owned, and it's this fucking vast base, like in a really remote section.
Alice Springs.
No. This is proper different. This is like an Area 51, but in Australia. So I'm guessing it might be somewhere a bit like, sort of, people know about it but wouldn't know how to get to it, because it's a bit vague on here. And then it was, I mean, it's even got this guy that founded it. I found out about that, but I can't find it on a map. So maybe you should ask your wife, being an American and a history lover, if she's ever heard of Jebediah Springfield.
Jebediah Springfield. Let me just write that down quickly. And it's a well-known historical figure.
Well, he was the founding father of this place called Springfield.
Okay.
And there's like this weird picture. He's like got like is it like a Davy Crockett style hat on?
Oh yeah.
He's a bit of like a hunter-gatherer type of character.
A frontier man, a pioneer, if you will.
Yeah, something like that. So, but I still can't pinpoint it on a fucking map, and it's driven me mad. I mean, Oregon and Nevada aren't near each other, and Oregon's not near the other places they mentioned. Where was it? Maine and Ohio. Maine and Ohio are near each other.
They're near each other, but they don't border, I don't think, because
so
they're northern states.
Yeah. But then So it's just a mystery to me. There is the weird thing though. Couldn't find much about the brewery. It was a bit like that one I'd done before, which gives me, I was going to do one up in Liverpool, and then I found out it was just a place
Yeah,
that turns it out. I
yeah,
gather this is probably similar, but
yeah.
then it does say there's a tap room, which I don't think is near actually part of it. Or I don't know. It's called Moe's Tavern, and it's established in
Okay,
about 1988, 1989.
okay. And what they have it on tap, perhaps, or
Yeah,
sell it?
yeah, and there's
Okay.
a guy on the page, which is a bit like a.
Yeah, I'm surprised they haven't got a
It was
store
off
like.
of, as it was off of like Wikipedia, and like
Oh,
sometimes on Wikipedia, boom, you get everything you want to know, like pages of it, and then sometimes you get a little bit. It's a little bit, and the only thing it said, this Moe's Tavern, this old guy that'd been going there, I assume he's old, just under the name Barney, he asked about the beer, and he said, hang on, let me get the quote right. You can't get enough of that wonderful duff. So
oh,
I'm
maybe
guessing,
that's their slogan. What? Well, no, that's what he said.
yeah,
But
maybe you're
that's what
right.
is.
Do you know, I'm going to have to go into a bit further if I can, but
See if what you can find out. Maybe I'll ask my good wife about what maybe she can do some historical research on this person and maybe pinpoint their location. Who knows?
I don't think I've done it justice. I think sometimes like you've said something and been looking for it, and then I've found it looking a different way. I don't know if you and your wife do that, but me and my wife do that. She's like, oh, I can't find nothing about this, and then suddenly I find it, and vice
Yeah,
versa. But
we're always doing
yeah,
that.
this place stumped me earlier, and maybe I should have had a little look. I only decided to do this afternoon. Maybe I should have given it more of an effort, but
Well, you never know. They got a lot of these quickie marts around here in America, so maybe they sell them in Texas. You never know. I'll have to have a look. I'm
yeah. Well,
stopping
you
there.
got a big variety over there. Just ask when you go in.
Yeah, no,
Once
that'd
it's
be cool. I'm just fascinated. You've got a bit of a mystery going on. I like a beer mystery, but it's so true, And I'll tell you for one, this brewery was kind of hard to find info, and you time and time again we've kind of had to
see
look
what
to
I've
other
done.
areas.
What an absolute fool! I'm going to do
What?
this right
What
now.
is it? What's
Hang on.
happening? This is
It's
off the
got
cuff, folks.
it's got a QR code on it.
Oh yeah, you can just hold your camera up to those, can't you? Oh, flipping heck.
Hang on a minute. Safari is playing up. Let's have a
I
little look.
I always do those now with menus when we go places. You just then that's how they do it now. It just pulls it up straight away. You hold the camera.
Oh my god! Now this is throwing a spanner in the works.
What is it?
I can't see it. Hang on.
No, no. You may have to explain for the Dray
Since
Barrel.
Siemensden 16 Jahre alt, Jahr 9. It's all in German.
What?
I don't fucking know, mate. I don't know. But
There
I'm
are
not going
big
to go into
German
that now.
communities over here.
Oh, it
But
could be. Yeah, you said that before, especially in Texas.
yeah, and they especially like in the hill country and that they claim to have the most authentic German language here in the hill country. So who knows? Man, that's crazy. You've come up with it. So anyway,
Yeah. Maybe some of the Dray barrels can shed a bit of light.
yeah,
Duff,
correspondence,
Duff
please. We haven't
beer.
that much.
I mean, to state it's the legendary beer, someone must know something about it.
It's got to be
So
somewhere.
come on, let's have a bit more about yours.
Yeah, I'm gonna just top up my so it's a full pint again. Look
Oh,
at
that's
that. Right,
brilliant.
what about a can of that? So I
Oh,
kind of ran
that's like
around.
the time. Sorry, just to stop you. That's like the time you didn't come, but the Dutch was involved again, and the Thomas came as well.
Oh yeah,
And we went to Wolverhampton to watch the darts. And when we went, we were dressed as snowmen because it was before Christmas.
which
And
I've done.
the wife was pregnant with our first kid, so it's a long while ago. And we went to see the darts, so she weren't drinking. The rest of us were. When we got into the venue, it was like my straight wine pint glass that I usually have with just
Yeah.
a little bowl in it. It was each one was 2 pints.
Oh,
So, but they look like a normal pint. They were just longer and a bit fatter.
I see.
It wasn't a Stein,
Okay.
and it didn't have a handle. It was a glass, but it was a 2-pint glass. So when you've already had a few drinks before you've gone in the venue, and you get one of them, and then it's Darch's round, then it's Thomas's round, then it's, I mean, the good wife, your side, does a lot for you, but my wife was buying rounds and she was pregnant and she was having soft drinks, so fair play to her.
Oh,
So
no,
he did. Then by the time it had come back round to me again, that's 8 pints. But you were drinking them like they were pints because you were just holding it, enjoying it, knocking it back.
Yeah. You're just doing this and one down, one down, and it totally goes that way.
I think actually it was so big, maybe it was an arm. Who knows? I can't remember. I was dressed as a snowman, and I was advised when I went to the toilet. I was having a piss, and it was weird because the urinals, you were facing. There was like a urinal with a low wall, and the other side was a urinal with a low, obviously the same wall. A bloke looking back at me, and he looked up with his drunken eyes. He just said to me, "Never eat yellow snow."
Yeah. It sounds like an Andy quote. That's the kind of thing he would come up with. Just hovering there.
Yeah.
Never eat yellow snow. And then he walks out super fast.
I think I'm due to see him at some point. I'm going to have to try and find out where he is.
It's inevitable. DrayBarrel, it's somebody we went to university with, and he was a rather interesting character, but he turned out to be a bit of a,
it was high maintenance.
High maintenance. That's the right word there. Intense maybe. Anyway, so we go off on a tangent as we do. My brewery, it has a few locations. It was hard to find out about them, but they essentially, it's a craft brew pub. Our goal is to serve award-winning beer and amazing pizza, and they really have pushed the boundaries on that. The pizza is fantastic. It's some of the best I've had, and the beers obviously speak for themselves.
From an ex pizza cooker, that is high praise indeed.
I worked in Domino's Pizza as a pizza chef for a while, DrayBarrels, and I was pretty particular about my crust of pizza. And there's certain pizza fast food outlets I will not name that I absolutely hate.
Oh, fair play to you.
So these guys,
once bitten, twice shy.
So they say.
And an unnecessary dispersal of pepperoni.
Exactly. That's what it's all about. It's the topping. That's what clinches it. And I was the top master. I would do all the toppings, as you know. And I was the oven, you can slap your dough as much as you like. It's the topping that's essential. And like you say, the right consistency evenly surround. Anyway.
Needed by your thick sausage. Nailless fingers.
My fucking fingers are bony knuckles. No, that's David. Sorry, bony. He has bony neck. No, he has bony elbows.
He is so thin that our friend David is so thin. There's more meat on a skeleton.
And you thought I was skinny, Malinks.
I'll tell you what, though. Fucking granite chin on that boy.
Yeah, he can chin. We used to play this game, DrayBarrels. It was called chinning, and you're essentially getting your fist up there, and you're slowly starting to punch each other, and you work your way around
in a circle. Yeah, it would start, and you'd start, and like if the referee was there, and I threw a punch, and I'd just start with a light one. He would then have to increase it ever so slightly to the next person. They would increase it, and then by the time it got back to me, it would be a fair old whack. Then it would keep going, and you could drop out any time.
Yeah.
And it just see who was left with the most granite chin.
Chin. And sometimes it would reverse, right? There'd be
Oh, you could have a reversal, and you could have a punch one way, lay a punch, reversal, punch the other way.
Oh, you'd be unlucky if you got the reversal switch.
It's a lot of fun when you're in
It
your
is.
early.
I'm gonna try and persuade when we go up to Aberystwyth and see Dav when Steve knows is gonna come in 2023. Maybe we can resurrect the old chin in game, right? At some point.
Yeah,
I
I'd
think
like to.
I think so.
I mean, my jaw was almost broken by a friend of ours who didn't understand the rules because he hadn't played the game before until he was in Ireland, and he
Who's that,
joined
Bob?
that. Bob, yeah, do you remember that?
Yeah,
Just
Bob.
an absolute smash in my face.
The
We used
governor
to
got it.
beat the hell out of each other. Worse than any scuffle with anyone else. It was, and we thought that was fun.
I know.
Fun. It originated DrayBarrels in a library with the said Morganmeister. He would interrupt us sometimes. Our good studious ways were interrupted by the gossip king of Aberystwyth. And
all right, lads.
What's the goss? So it would sit down, and then it would be in a library, trying to keep it a bit quiet.
Yeah.
Bit of fun, really.
Bit of fun, but of all places, a bloody library. And see, probably one of the...
If you threw a punch now, I wonder if you could catch me.
Oh, because you're so swift with your marathon running and stuff?
No. I mean now, like internationally, if you could throw a punch across the screen.
Let's give it a go. Hang on, I got to do this weird because my camera... Okay, 1, 2, 3. Oh. Did I get you? A little bit. You probably need to intensify it for mine because we have to go back and forth to each other. So you can do it my way.
Okay,
so
ready?
Give it a little bit more.
No, it didn't work.
Maybe
I've gone the long way around the world.
It's going to connect. Hit me. You were pretty close. Look, I'm right there for you. I'm giving it to your face. You could do it. Okay, that was a bit. It wasn't that bad. I exaggerate.
That is the worst international. You've got to do it physical, so there's actually
DrayBarrels. You need
jeopardy and violence involved.
And hey, look, if this becomes a trend, where does it originate? The chinning game, right here. It's documented on video.
Well, I tell you, there's a big thing over in Russia, and talking about the Eastern Bloc countries earlier, and I think in America, I've seen it on YouTube, where you have slapping competitions.
What?
They stand either side of a table, and it's all proper. They've all got chalk, and it is refereed. They take it in turns to stand. I would stand here like this, and it'd be your turn to slap me, and I wouldn't be able to move. And you slap me as hard as you can on the face, not on the ear or on the chin. It has to connect like that. And sometimes these big guys black out, and they have to be caught, and then they're steadied, saying, "Do you want to carry on?" And they're like, "Well," but honestly, brutal, totally brutal. So I see. That slapping game is a one-on-one. A chinning game could be a competition, couldn't it? Because you could have your team versus my team, 3 aside. I sit between 2 of your players. They sit between 2 of mine.
Yeah.
Who's left?
I mean, you got to think about it. It's not that far reach from boxing at the end of the day, in a way. I mean, it's obviously a different kettle of fish, but it's still in the same, fighting, wrestling, kind of that vibe,
Well, so I forgot about your bowling technique comes into the chinning game with the Ogmore knuckle.
Oh, I forgot about the Ogmore knuckle. Yeah.
I haven't.
You bring in a blast from the past there. I forgot about that one. Yeah, look out for it, DrayBarrels is coming back.
I tell you something that I've got, and I've had this for a couple of weeks because we didn't do a podcast last week, but I've had correspondence from a place called Lamlash, which is a small village on the Isle of Arran, which is in Scotland.
Okay, Scotland.
So it's just off the mainland. It's Isle of Arran is, as you look at Scotland, would be on the
the Hebrides, right?
left-hand side, would be on the western side.
So the Hebrides. You have the outer and inner Hebrides.
Yeah, it must be an inner. Must be an inner. It's not far from the mainland at all.
Yeah, it's inner Hebrides.
Anyway, it's from a guy called Peter Bocock. Peter Bocock or Pete Bocock. He enjoyed he's an Englishman from Staffordshire who has lived on the Isle of Arran for the last 20 years, I think. But he's a very proud Englishman.
Okay.
And he liked the little bit on Lawrence we done the other day.
Lawrence Law.
Well, I mean, you invented that. You've not even met the guy, but Lawrence's Law. If you like, Pete goes with that. He likes beer and he does drink craft beer.
Okay.
And he tries all types of beer. But at the end of the day, he likes a standard bitter. He likes a proper beer, go and have a proper pint. And he can understand where Lawrence was coming from. And
I hear that.
He said some of the like I said, he tries the craft beer, but he said if people that like sour beer are talking bollocks.
Oh.
Which is funny because I tried to I don't know if you saw, you must have seen it on our Instagram feed. I had a cosmic raspberry sour from barrel aged from the Brewdog boys.
I love it.
They, for some reason, it was being discontinued where my wife works, and she bought a load of bottles for £1 each. So I've got loads of those because I like them. I enjoyed them. And when my cousin come down, being a beer fan, I tried to tempt her with a sour, but having none of it. Her and her husband were having.
Really? So kind of a similar vein in a way?
Yeah, they like their beer, but they like an ale or a best bitter.
Okay, that's maybe, so I think in that sense of the word, and talking about Peter Bocock as well, it may be England may be hard nut to crack in that sense of establishing the sours, Well,
but then on the other hand, on the other side of the coin, I've seen a lot more sours about recently. I mean, obviously we're coming in summer over here, so it's endlessly pissing down with rain. But no, I've seen a few more about in the shops. I reckon 2 years over here, and you'll see 8, 9, 10 different varieties in most shops. Like the craft beer took off over there, then it come over here. I think the sour scene is going to do it over here.
It's going to explode. Yeah, it's a big thing. And I think when I first got into craft beers with the coach, he introduced me to it. I didn't really, sours wasn't quite as big as it is now. And I think that just, snowballed over the years. I've been into craft beers now 5 years. So it kind of snowballed from that. And I see that snowball making its way up Canada, maybe across the Arctic and coming down through Britain. You have to jump on a ship when it gets to Iceland, perhaps. But yeah, I think it's coming that way. But no, and kind of going back to Lawrence a bit, this beer I'm drinking is an American IPA. So he would probably turn his nose up at this, but yeah, it's good. The guys themselves, the founders, were Ryan and Tyler Norwood, and they've known each other since 1997. So they're pretty well established. The brewery itself set up in.
Where did they meet?
So they maintained a friendship. It was in undergrad, so in school and the university.
Oh, so they went to university. Oh, that's good.
Like me and you, essentially. They were
but a cleverer and more entrepreneurial. I can't even say that now. But go-getters don't live with their head in the clouds. Just go and do it.
Yeah, and it sounds like they got a few other guys. Like there's a brewery called Odell Brewing, and they got a former head brewer involved and 3 other co-owners. So they kind of expanded their twosome to a 5-some. and oh, there you go. And
I don't
got
mind
a
a threesome. I don't mind a threesome.
oh yeah, but fivesome's taking it a bit too far. But
Of course.
hey, look, would we get people like? Would we expand the draymen to? Well, we've got the wandering draymen, but
When
would
does a
we?
fivesome become a daisy chain? Maybe 7 or 8. What do you think?
I thought you could do a daisy chain with like 4.
Oh, good. Well, I'm never going above 3 then.
I used to make daisy chains. Did you
Oh,
ever do a daisy chain?
uh,
I
I think we're talking at cross purposes here.
oh, maybe I'm miss. I was thinking of sat in Grandma Lloyd's garden.
Oh my God! Don't say anything about.
Doing
Oh,
a little
the innocently stitching flowers together. Yes, of course.
yeah.
Yeah, everyone's done that.
Okay, I wasn't sure. Maybe I was the only one in my youth, and
Yeah.
there was questions asked, but there we go.
It was when you turned up to school in daisy chain knitted dungarees.
Has anyone else done this on the weekend? Look at this, what I made. You are a fucking heart. You ready for some chinning?
I like to take a daisy down the coal face.
Oh man. So anyway, they've been established since 2012. They opened their first place, but they have 4 locations now in Austin. They have one on Burnett Road. South Lamar is where I got my beers. They've got one in Round Rock, which is kind of north of Austin as
Yeah, I
well.
know. That's my favourite place, the Round Rock one.
Oh, Round Rock. Oh, you like to go
It's
to
a
that
good
one?
tap room there.
They say that. You're right. You've been there then. They said that was probably one of the better ones for the tap room. What? How did you know that? Oh no, you've been there. So anyway, yeah, pretty good brewery. Go for some pizza, go for some beers, all you Texas folks. Hopefully coming from one of the northern states. That's one place to stop. But yeah. So
Hey,
yeah,
going on about Texas, did you like that little picture I sent you the other day? I've been sucked into these sort of BuzzFeed things where it says, 20 awkward photos or 20 things. And that one was brilliant. And it was people that have deliberately put something on the internet that's stupid, but people have taken it seriously. So I sent you that thing of Texas. This is
oh, it's brilliant. Oh,
how
kids
big Texas
laughing.
really is. And it had outline of Europe, Africa, Texas, and North America inside the state of Texas, and
Inside Texas.
someone underneath put, "This is fake."
So it's the big catchphrase here in Texas for you British dray barrels is or worldwide dray barrels is everything's bigger in Texas, and that's what was scored on it as well, right? Even Texas,
Even Texas is bigger than Texas.
and wasn't Russia on there as well in there?
Yeah, it was basically every continent, and there was a small, you know,
Yeah,
outline of the state of Texas
yeah,
inside Texas, and
inside
someone had
there.
put, "This is fake."
That was funny. I
I
sent
love that. Just
oh, it's fun.
absolute crap.
I sent the governor one today about Texas, but gas stations in Texas. I don't know if he's watched it though,
Oh,
but
so
it's
you
kind of
texting me now?
oh yeah.
Here now, let's have a look here. What's his name here?
Who's somebody
Joe
text?
Joe Davis. You ever heard of him?
Oh yeah. So
He
what?
wants to
That's my
tap me up, trying to tap me up on fucking Instagram.
Joe
Have
Davis. That's my
I'm having
brother.
none of it.
That's my bloody brother there in Wales.
I
So
know who it
my
is, but I'm
brother is
having none of it.
oh come on. He's a beer connoisseur as well, Dray Barrows. He likes his craft beers. He does the old untapped and stuff. He obviously follows. Hey, cheers, Joe. A shout out to you there.
I don't wish to see Joe because I remember him as a 8-year-old, 10-year-old lad.
Well,
I
he's still
can
the same. He's
Does he
still an
still,
8-year-old,
does he
10-year-old
still
dad, but he drinks beer.
and he swings on gates?
He does. Well, maybe he does. I'll have to ask my good brother there. Maybe he does swing on gates.
Oh, well, if he does, I'll see him again.
I'll have a word. I'll ask him if he swings on gates. But anyway, I'm happy with my beer. How's yours? How's your duff?
Well, it's just
before we get onto our final segment.
it's all right. I mean, I wouldn't buy it. Oh, hang on, we ain't rating it yet, are we? No.
We won't rate it until the end. But I was just kind of. There's nothing more to say.
I may buy it. I may buy it again. I may not.
Okay, that's good. We could probably just slip into this as we do. Is
it's Greg's of the week.
If you want.
Well, go on, because I think you might have a better drag than me.
Don't know. I could start us. At the end of the day, and I actually have a little bit of info. Canis. It's my drag is essentially allergies, and this is coming allergies in general. This is coming from me landscaping in the UK for nigh on 10, 15 years, hard landscaping. Man and boy. And I never really suffered from hay fever, if you will.
Yeah.
It's I did a little bit towards the end because I was landscaping back in Cardiff for a little while, and we were doing a lot of mowing, and I started to sneeze a lot.
And there's a lot of daffodils there. Lots.
There is a lot of daffodils in Cardiff, and that's where I was like, yeah, Cardiff, and that's where and with church is in Cardiff as well.
Oh yeah.
If you DrayBarrels didn't know, it's a nice place.
Well, what about Tiger Bay? Or is that in Cardiff or Swansea? Tiger Bay.
Tiger Bay is down the docks in Cardiff. It is.
I know it was.
Okay, yes,
the opera house, isn't it?
I don't know if there's an opera house there, but I know it's
just south of the magic roundabout.
It's where and also DrayBarrels. This is a fact, and I keep telling good Texas folk here, the oldest record shop in the world is in Cardiff. And for 5 points, Governor, what's it called? Cardiff, the oldest record shop in the world. The Super Furry Animals. I think they played there. Or done signings there.
It's gone out of my brain. Have I been there? Must have.
I think we did. I think we went there when we were there. I bought
called Tarbut's 12 inches.
No, you're thinking of the Valley. That's the garage. It's called Spillers Records, and they established in 1890 or something, I think. Yeah, Damo will tell you about that.
Yeah.
Anyway, my drag is just allergies. I don't think we get in Britain, but
there is. My son's got allergies against pollen, hay fever, and all that.
So he gets it pretty bad. Brecken's the same. He gets it pretty bad, my little boy. But this is a fact. This is talking about San Antonio. Our area features a robust menu of airborne allergens that wreak havoc on people's health and happiness. Astonishingly, the Asthma and Allergy Foundation in America ranks San Antonio as the 4th most challenging city in the USA to live in because of the allergy content, and it's due mostly to like spring and fall allergies like pollen, cedar.
No.
What it is?
No, it's not. It's due to chemtrails.
What's that?
When they spread things across a town to see what happens from an aeroplane.
What the fuck?
You don't know about chemtrails?
No, I've never heard of that. I see planes going over there.
You know when you see like a trail from an aeroplane, like and it always goes away. Like you follow it and you go back and follow. Well, you see the airplane, you follow it back, and it's going. It's sort of dissipating. Chemtrails stay there.
Oh,
sometimes
okay.
you look
Yeah,
up
of
and
course I've seen them. Yeah, absolutely.
it's like a cross hatching. That is, they're fucking about with, they're seeding something above us.
Oh, jeez. Don't tell me that.
And there's proven fact that they tried it on a town in America before.
Damn it.
You have a look at that. Chemtrail.
I look at that. That doesn't surprise
Spreading
me.
COVID.
God. Taking it from China, spreading it. Yeah. Anyway.
To do with China. I loved it when it was COVID and everything was locked down, apart from the takeaways. Oh, what did everyone want? Oh, I'll have a Chinese. You fucking two-faced bastards.
Oh, jeez. I feel like a good British Chinese right now. I miss that. It's not the same over here. It's not like a British Chinese where you have poppadoms and chips with it.
Poppadoms.
They do up the valley. Go to the chinky Chineses, and you have a
poppadoms.
Have a poppadom and chips. The Chinese, good people.
Oh,
they were
yeah,
great.
that's two Chinese foods, isn't it? Chips and poppadoms.
I know
What are you talking
my
about?
good wife takes the piss out of me because I'm like, oh, I want chips for my Chinese.
You're definitely a valley boy. Don't Chip Ali, is it?
No.
In Cardiff.
Cardiff, Chip Ali. Anyway, we've only got 8 minutes, so give us a drag.
My drag is just it's just management that give you unrealistic job expectations, or they say, oh, you got to do this and this and this. You think you don't know how to fucking do it yourself.
Sounds like Toonie.
It sounds a bit like Toonie. And then I've been on a few courses recently, and they're like, why don't your management come on these courses? And like, I've done a fire warden's course and stuff like that. Go back to where I work. Oh, by the way, there's a big problem because you're not supposed to have this in a place and blah, 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 without going into too much detail. And they just go, oh, yeah. And that's it. And it just pisses me off. Like, it pisses me off. They try, no realistic goals. And I just think, have you done this? What? With a broom up my fucking ass? No.
It's so true. And I've been working like 11 hours a day, and it's like, oh, and you got this done, you got that done. When the fuck am I supposed to do that? You get home. I worked like 10 hours in Austin, get home, and then clocked in on a computer for an hour, and I'm still not caught up. And it's like, I could have done that. No, you could not.
Yeah.
Be real, yeah. Or like John says, get real.
They say to us, he said to me, well, one of the people out there said to me, I need 6 of you at the moment to get these jobs done. It's like, yeah, but there's one of me. So let me fucking do a job and finish it and then move on to the next job.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's it.
No, that's good. We probably should, I totally agree with you there. And we've been in that position a lot, me and you, for our lives.
Yeah.
But anyway, do you want to rate the duff?
The duff. Well, I'm going to drink that from my drag and then I'll give you a rating. Hang on.
Yes, that's how we do it here.
It's not disgusting. It's not like I couldn't drink it if you gave me another pint. But if I'd had this in a bar, I would have chosen another beer as a second drink. I wouldn't have gone, oh, I'll have another one of them. It's a low baller for me.
Wow.
It's drinkable. I'm going in at a 4.5.
Wow.
It could be one of my lowest, but I ain't going to fucking blow smoke up its ass wherever it comes from. It's a beer. You could drink it. And if you went into a place and that's all they were selling, you wouldn't go, oh, I can't drink another one of them. But it's not something that you would pick to drink the whole night. So 4.5. Take it, Duff. Legendary, but you're legendary for the wrong reasons in my book.
It's probably, I think that's probably a DrayMens lowest. I'll be honest with you. I think we've not done a 4.5 before, right?
No, I haven't. Definitely, I've not gone below the 5.
I've done a couple of low ones, but I don't think it quite got. Oh, maybe I did. I
I
don't
think
know.
I'm going to try and find a worse beer than this. I'm going to try and
Maybe
find a real shit one.
maybe that's our challenge for a podcast: is find the lowest of the low.
Try and find a 1. I don't think any beer could be a 0 because you've got to give an effort.
You've gotta think, and even the low kind of lagers and stuff like that, the typical lagers, you can respect that it is a
Yeah.
big process going into that. So,
And if you had nothing, that would be better than nothing. So
definitely,
I can't go a 0, but a 4.5's
yeah, it's pretty.
it's not awful, is it? It's a few marks below that.
It's not awful. It's not great, but it's not awful. So it's kind of it's almost middle of the road, I would say.
Talk to me about the RPI. What's your fucking mark in that?
When it's this lovely Pint House pizza and it's training vines from Pint House Pizza, and I'm going to go in now. Look, I love the electric jellyfish. That's fantastic. That's one of my top IPAs. This is not far behind.
Oh,
Yeah, this is not far. I will probably give you electric jellyfish, and I don't think I've rated it.
well, you can't rate it. We're not drinking that.
Okay, I probably would. Yeah, I've rated it before and untapped, but I've had this. I didn't really.
Are you sponsored by Untapped? Fuck
I
them.
sometimes think so.
What do they know more than us? I don't think so.
No, it's
Unbelievable.
just the community and you rate stuff but hey, anyway, that's never mind untapped. That's in the moment right here. I really enjoyed this. We've had a good old chat today, and obviously that lends itself to it. But it's a good beer. It's tasty. It's not too overpowering in hoppiness. Some IPAs are. Love this guy, and they're super friendly. You go in there, and the guy served me, and he was just like, "Can I help you?" And he was a proper old Austin guy with a big old beard, just a bit of a stoner kind of guy, and he was like so helpful. And yeah, and I wanted a pizza, and he said, "You can order the pizza with me with the beers," So I was like, "Oh, yes." So instead of going, there was a queue for the pizzas. It was like 4 or 5 people, and I went straight to the bar. And he's like, "Hello."
Was he wearing leather?
He wasn't. He was wearing he was like an Austinite. He was like old like me, but big old long beard. So just a hipster kind of guy,
Okay, so mark it. Come on.
All right, yeah, 7.5.
Chalk
Oh,
it up.
I got to finish it.
Oh my God, he can. Oh, down the hatch. Anyway, DrayBarrels, it's been a lovely experience, and watch out for next week. We'll be back on it.
We'll be back.
Take care
Cheers.
of yourselves. Drink many drinks, and we'll see you soon.